All right, everybody, strap in, because today we are diving deep into the world of blockchain,
Cryptocurrency.
the SEC, the whole shebang.
The whole 9 yards.
We're looking at a case, UBI Blockchain, and this one, it's got people talking, for sure.
It really does. And you know what's so fascinating about this case? It really highlights, I think, the growing pains
Oh, absolutely.
of an industry that is
Brand new.
brand new, right?
Yeah.
Trying to figure out how these rules, we're talking about, financial regulations that have been around for decades, over a century in some cases, apply to this brand new tech.
Yeah, so let's break it down.
Let's do it.
For the folks at home, because we have, this company, UBI Blockchain Internet Ltd, and it seems like,
They're in a bit of trouble.
they're a bit of hot water, right,
Yeah.
with the SEC.
Yeah.
They haven't filed the right paperwork, essentially, since 2019.
That's a long time.
We're talking years of radio silence, essentially. So what kind of paperwork are we talking about? And why is it so important?
Right. So we're talking about something called securities registration.
Yep.
Now, essentially, this is like a report card for companies.
I like that.
They have to disclose all of their financial information,
Makes sense.
their business dealings, their risks.
Their menu, so to speak.
Exactly. It's like, think about it.
Yeah.
If you're going to invest in a restaurant, you want to see what they're serving.
Of course.
You want to see the menu. You want to know what the chef's background is.
Right, you want to know what you're getting into.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So securities registration is kind of like that menu for investors.
Makes sense.
It lets them see what a company is really about.
Okay.
And the SEC, they mandate this transparency
Sure.
to make sure that investors are protected.
Okay.
Great. They don't want people just going in blind.
Nobody wants to be left in the dark,
Right, exactly.
especially when it comes to your money. Yeah.
Especially, your hard-earned money.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's what's going on here with UBIA, right? They haven't been filing these documents.
And what makes this even more, interesting, I guess, is that
Tell me.
they're registered in Delaware, but they operate out of Hong Kong.
Right, which adds a whole nother layer to this because now you're talking about international regulations.
Exactly. So this isn't even just a U.S. thing anymore.
Exactly.
This is global.
It's a global game now, yeah.
Yeah. And this is where it gets really interesting for me because, we talk a lot about, crypto and the SEC.
Sure.
And how, regulation is maybe coming.
Right.
Maybe not.
When's it coming?
Right. But this feels, and maybe I'm wrong here, but this feels like a shot across the bow
I think you're right.
to say, hey,
We are paying attention.
get your stuff together.
Get your house in order or else.
Yeah, what is the SEC saying?
Right.
Or else, what are the consequences here?
So the SEC has a lot of tools in its toolbox. They can issue fines, pretty hefty fines.
Okay.
They can suspend or even revoke a company's securities registration.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and that basically means that they can't trade publicly anymore.
That's pretty much a death sentence for a company like that, right?
Essentially, yeah, it cuts them off at the knees. They can't access investors. They can't raise capital.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a big deal.
So what does that mean for UBI blockchain then? What's next for them?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It seems like it, yeah.
The SEC, they haven't said what they're going to do yet.
So we're all kind of in wait-and-see mode.
Exactly. We're watching and waiting to see what the consequences are going to be.
And I imagine whatever those consequences are, that's going to have ripple effects.
Oh, absolutely. It'll send ripples throughout the industry for sure.
Yeah, so, the big takeaway here, at least for me, and I don't know, maybe for you too,
Yeah.
is that even in this new world, this crypto Wild West,
The Wild West.
the rules still apply.
Absolutely. The rules still apply. And I think this is a really good reminder for everybody
Yes.
to do your homework.
Your due diligence.
Exactly.
Right.
Understand the regulations because they're there for a reason.
Yeah.
They're there to protect investors
Absolutely.
and to make sure that the market is fair.
And at the end of the day, this technology is here to stay.
Blockchain is here to stay.
But how it evolves
Yeah.
is really, it's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It is the question, yeah.
So folks at home, if you're interested in this space, pay attention because this story is far from over.
Yeah, this is just the beginning.
Buckle up.
It's going to be a wild ride.
All right, we'll be back next time with another deep dive.